presentations, PowerPoints, right? People watching us as we present, and that big presentation that's due, we all stress about it when we get it on our desk, assignments that are due. We procrastinate. And that's what happened to me. So I want to document this all the way through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as to what's coming down in the next few days. Isn't it beautiful, by the way? I was right up there. So beautiful, no? I'm so glad I came out and enjoying therapy right now. This is all therapeutic. Helps me reset my thoughts. Walking does, right? And just get away from everything indoors and the negative, dark thoughts that seem to creep in. But I have a job interview, the final presentation in front of the regional president, I believe, and then the hiring manager, someone I'll be reporting to. And I put in a lot of work this week and a half. I feel like I've just been really consumed by just checking the mic, it's touching my throat here, but just being really consumed about, when you're doing this presentations, there's a fine balance between relaxing and being prepared, because I have found myself in situations in the past where I was overly prepared but not necessarily mastering the art of naturally presenting it versus reading it right off the script. So you don't want to be reading off exact word to word, rather taking the client through just being very succinct, right, as they say. And a lot of us procrastinate on making presentations a masterful piece of work of art, which is fine. This time I'm going to make a conscious effort of not being too perfect, because this is still, I'm working off with minimal information. So I have a bank, I have their set of financials, some numbers on how they've been doing the last few years, right? An insight into that, and also an insight into a marketing technology company and the whereabouts and what it is, what they do, and all that good stuff, and how they partner with financial institutions. So the task at hand is for me to identify a challenge with this bank XYZ and present a solution set. That's at a high level, what's in front of me. So when I first got it, I was like, oh, do I want to put in the work? I don't know how this interview process, right? Because the market right now is just, it's a little challenging in terms of, interviews and etiquette in terms of getting back to you and the follow-ups. There's a lot of ghosting going on in the market, the climate. And I have to weigh those options and see where I want to be, and as you all know, I gave my notice. I stepped away from the corporate life end of July this year. Really good paying job, but the stress was just not worth it. And so, I've had about 5 months off here counting still. And, this opportunity came knocking on the door, and I've had to reconsider it because it's, I think, decent money, but also I think I would enjoy very much what this position entails. And, I think the culture and the people thus far that I have encountered have been a lot more, I would say, warm and welcoming. Of course, there's business that needs to be conducted. We get that part. I understand that, and I'm ready for it. I do miss elements of not working, because I was really sharp, and I still am. When I started studying their material and was posed with the challenge, what was eating more at me, here, let me face this, look at this, this is so beautiful. What was eating at me had to do more with, me wanting to actually solve the problem, me wanting to actually find the solution, and I wouldn't say even fear, but getting this presentation done. Like, It felt like a sense of accomplishment. That's what it feels like. And so I've actually finalized the presentation. I've done the PowerPoint. PowerPoint wasn't my strong suit, by the way, but I've come a long way in terms of preparation. So I am ready for this final presentation on Tuesday, and we'll see how this all comes together. And maybe I'll be talking to you with an update on how things went. See, the thing about all of this is that the regret I would have in all of this is because I'm so committed now into this project that I'm willing to take myself through this anxiety, through this process, because I don't want all of the negative thinking to get the best of me. You know what I mean? Sometimes we talk ourselves out of projects and opportunities and doing things that are uncomfortable. I actually want to follow through. Not that I have not followed through on anything before, but I want to do this for me, like this time. I really want to put myself in that position to see, it's not if I can, that how much I can put myself through and still keep going. To go figure, right? Does this come as any surprise as to how I show up every day, right? Does this come as a surprise? It shouldn't. It shouldn't, because right to the core, at my minimum, I'm showing up to walk every single day. So that should tell you the fight in me, and hopefully inspire you that if you have something that's pressing at you, right? If you have an opportunity and you're procrastinating on giving up on it, you have to ask yourself why. You have to ask yourself why. What's stopping you from not doing the research and putting it together, making the presentation, and following through with it, right? So that's essentially the final game of it, is how much preparation work you have done, all the research, putting it together, and then executing it. If any of that made sense to you. Okay, so I'm actually going to be now going on a decline here. You can see behind me the tunnel I was talking about, so I just crossed it over. But that's the challenge of all of this, is can we show up for ourselves even when we don't feel like it, right? From everything from booking the flight, the travel, the cold, the winter, my dog, separation anxiety from her, dropping her to the sitter, taking Uber to the airport, all of that. Some of us get really frozen, but there's something that happens when you start checking off each task and doing something that's you've been dreading and checking off all those boxes. It's a win, and you got to count your wins. And I talk about this in my videos, is you got to count the small wins. So I'll be coming to you with an update on how that presentation goes Tuesday. Monday I'm flying out. Okay, folks, dragging this one here, but I do want to bring you along into my journey, that most days this is how I show up, right? And it's not going to be pretty. It's messy. This is not like state-of-the-art production by any means, but it is a way to show up and gift yourself the gift of life and everything that walking has to offer. It's interesting that as I have done this walk here today, my brain fog has cleared up, my anxiety has gone down. Now I am more prepared to take this project head on. Like, the light bulb is going on. I'm unlocking different layers and energies within my system to say, you can do this. Because end of the day, fear is an illusion. End of the day, the people that are the two managers that are sitting there, they're human beings after all. They're all fighting their battles, and so am I. And I'm just there to give the presentation, do the job, and live with the result, even if I don't get the job. For me, taking a shot is more important than landing the opportunity, because it's a matter of principle. It's a matter of showing up for myself. Okay? Next video, Mamba out.